Welcome in one and all to another fresh shave. I am Pink Demon, aka Regan Boyce, and today we are going to be looking at Party Cannon with their new EP, Subjected to a Partying. Now, you may have heard of Party Cannon before, even if you haven't heard Party Cannon, because they are probably most famous for being that death metal band with the really fun logo. Despite that, though, they've maintained status and relevancy post being a meme, and I think the reason behind that is they were a very good slam band. Now, I'm excited to be able to talk about Party Cannon. I go back to pretty early on in their days when they did start first kind of breaking into the internet because of that meme status. I jumped on board then. They had their debut EP. It has the best album cover in metal. Right there, baby. The guy being like cut in half and it's all just confetti coming out and the like look on his face. I love this. This is one of the best EP album covers in all of metal, especially in extreme metal. The beautiful juxtaposition of the death metal brutality and Party Cannon's self-branded Party Slam is just chef's kiss. Nailed it on the first EP cover. Since then, though, there's been 3 albums, another EP, and now the newest EP, Subjected to a Partying, which comes with 4 new tracks, 3 remixes, and 2 live versions. And you know what? You know, your physical media, it holds 60 to 80 minutes of content. You might as well fill that physical media up with bonus material if you're just going to be releasing a 4-track EP. But still mark it as an EP and sell it as an EP and price it as an EP. That's the important thing. And Party Cannon do. It's just... that's more for other people in bands watching this. If you drop an EP and then you just fill it with remixes and stuff and try and sell it to me as an album, I will come for you. I know where you live. I will say, one thing I didn't like about the release though, like, in the lead up to it, is they dropped 3 of the 4 songs as singles, so it did leave very little surprise for the actual release. I feel like if you're going to drop an EP, maybe just drop 1 single or 2 at most. But yeah, when I got the actual EP, I'm like, oh cool, it's just 1 song I haven't heard plus a bunch of bonus content. Personal gripe, and you know, it's just kind of the meta of releasing more singles digitally. It's just how the world's going these days. So old man yells at cloud on my behalf. But into the music, it is really good slam. I find that the mix is often where slam lives and dies, and Party Cannon have always been good at that, but they've only been getting better with each release, and this really shows that of like it's got basically the perfect balance for a slam mix where, you know, you need to have a bit of bass in it so you can get those real bouncy chugging riffs, but it's also still going to have death metal origin, so it's got to have a bit of grit to it. But I find they've really nailed it in this like mix where, you know, you've got these kind of gore grind sounding gurgling vocals, but they've been worked in a way that's actually just listenable for once compared to how they normally appear in a gore grind setting. So, you know, they've taken the really nasty stuff of death metal and given it a really good polish and presented it well. Speaking of vocals, this is the first release with new vocalist Daryl Boyce, no relation as far as I know, and he absolutely kills it. Hooly dooly. He can do every vocal style you can think about in death metal, basically. He is an all-in-one package. You know, normally you have someone who can do 2, like they can do a growl and a scream or something, but he's thrown the whole smorgasbord into these 4 tracks. You got squeals, grunts, growls, gutturals, gurgles, all the G's. And it's funny because it's a subgenre that normally has a lot of guest vocal spots. I'm used to just looking at any slam release and seeing it's like, oh, cool. And, you know, a lot of them actually hit my algorithm because there's so many guest vocal spots. It just seems to be the culture. So to hear all these different sounds, it's not new in the sense that I'm not used to hearing that in slam, but it is new in the sense that, like, it's one guy doing all of it. So I hope Party Cannon hold on to Daryl tightly and never let him go, because what a gem of a vocalist. Any band would be lucky to have him. And then most importantly, the slam band has good slam. It's got bouncy riffs that make you want to move, crowd kill someone no matter where you are. You know, I've got it in the office and I'm side-eyeing people being like, oh man, who could catch a foot? But it's fun. And if your slam isn't fun, you've missed the point. And normally, if it's not fun, it just doesn't sound like slam. I'll hear people be like, oh yeah, we're a slam band, and they don't have the bouncy riff, and they don't have, like the kind of mix up of vocal styles. I'm like, are you though? Because this just kind of sounds like, normal death metal. What elements do you think that you have that are slam that I'm apparently not picking up? Maybe I'm the idiot here. But no, none of that party can. You hear this, like, yes, this is everything I want in slam. It is the sillier side of death metal. It is deathcore's much cooler cousin. It's just a great way to enjoy extreme metal if you don't take yourself too seriously. And then the sprinkles on top of the cake that every good slam album needs. There's a whole bunch of fun little samples during the songs, before breakdowns, and after songs. Just those little pop culture references. Because the songs, admittedly, and it's just part of the genre, it's slam, it's not the most technical genre, so a lot of the songs might blend together a bit, and the samples actually help mark out which track you're listening to. So yeah, Party Cannon, make good slam. Slam is good fun. It's worth checking out. 90% of making good slam is just making it not sound like shit, and Party Cannon are really good at that. And as the name implies, they're also really good at fun, because you can't call yourself Party Cannon if you're not a fun band. They can also be fungicational, like the song Parisian Bedbug. Did you know about the 2023 bedbug outbreak in Paris? I didn't. So I also learnt something. And they say that their music lowers IQs. I don't think so, alright? I got educated by this EP. Now moving into the bonus material with the remixes, kick it off with K-Mac 2021's remix of Thirst Trap. This is the most enjoyable to me. I believe this is what the kids call hardstyle. Again, I don't really know my electronic subgenres, but I really enjoy the intensity of it, and even though it feels pretty heavily disconnected from the source material, I pump my fist and I move my little body around whenever it's on. Next up is Frontiera's remix. It contains a lot more of the original material, but it's also very abrasive, and it's got these kind of industrial samples in them. One of them sounds like an industrial vent sound, if you can think of any sci-fi movie where they had to crawl through the vents. And it plays throughout most of the track. I do not like it, I'm sorry. I can't vibe with that one at all. And the final remix is by Ritual, and it's almost more of a reimagining, because it takes the song and makes it into an orchestral overture. It's as far as disconnected from the source material as you could be, to the point where I'm just trusting their word that it is connected. But it sounds beautiful. Like that made it onto my D&D playlist of just this very great fantasy score, something that would be comparable to a Howard Shore who did all the Lord of the Rings stuff. It's really good, and I actually had to check that I hadn't accidentally skipped off the album when I was playing. I'm like, am I still listening to Party Cannon? What's going on? A true bizarre anomaly on this EP, but hey, I'm here for it. I'm loving it. And then finally, the 2 live recordings. They're really good recordings. Sound quality's great, which is, I hate when you get a live recording and it sounds like it was done on a phone 20 years ago. Captures a lot of their live energy as well. You really get a sense for the intensity and just how much movement is in the room and on the stage. And I know they're a Scottish band, but it's only when I see live footage or hear live tracks and they get to spoken bits that I think, I remember just how Scottish they are. The accent is thick, and it's great, but you forget that in the sphere of just listening to the music, you forget that they're Scottish, and then you hear them speak, it's like, oh wow, you are really Scottish, you are haggis and kilt Scottish. So all in all, if you like extreme metal, and you don't take yourself too seriously, you don't have to stick up your ass or anything, I recommend Party Cannon Subjected to a Partying. And hey, on my Pizza Death review, I managed to manifest Live Laugh La Paqueta t-shirt that they're now releasing, so I'm going to try some manifesting on this review as well. Tour Australia! Party Cannon Australia Tour 2026. Tour Australia, Party Cannon. Let's hope that works. Come on over. It'll be good fun. We have a healthy scene here. Cranium just did a ripper tour. It was awesome. Other than that, Thank you very much for watching. If you like album reviews like this, like and subscribe, all the YouTuber bullshit. And until next time, peace out.